What's up, guys? So I recently did a closet declutter, as you all saw, along with decluttering some of my makeup as usual. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I know people ask me from time to time, which is why I just started doing an intro about it. I have some makeup I put up, some skincare and body care that I put up. Of course, y'all know I have some fashion from the fashion shorts and the recent declutter I just talked about. So if you're interested in that, make sure you head over to my card. But for right now, stay for the video.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Gelbeauty 87 here, aka Grace Honey. Today, we're going to get into these new palette from Adept, the Vivette palette. So mine came in the mail Friday, and I'm just getting around to filming this video today. That's actually what's happening in my eyes right now. So if you're curious to see how I got this look, let's get into it. So the palette retails for $62, or you can get the bundle for $72, and it has 2 lip products with it. So the palette comes with, it has 2 high pearl shimmers and 6 buildable and blendable matte shades, and it also contains 4 high pearl multi-chromes, 2 of which have a rainbow-like effect. I always use the shade that's the name of the palette on my lid, so I have on the shade Vivette on my lids if anyone was curious. So if you like videos like this, if you like new makeup releases, I film those every Friday. If you like a good complexion video, I actually filmed 2 more recently, like this week and last week. But I've done a ton of complexion videos. They should be popping up over my face right now while we're talking, because I've done so many. If you like a good eyeshadow video, besides the one that we're looking at now, I did the Ulta Beauty Icy palette. I've done the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette, and I've done the Natasha Denona Roxa palette. If you like a good fragrance video, the last fragrance videos I did was Dear Skye and Vanilla Sin from Ellis Brooklyn. I also did Honey Sweet from Snif. They have a new fragrance coming out. It's actually already dropped now, and it's available now. Get it while you can, because their stuff usually sells out and then you have to do a pre-order. You can use code GRACE10 to get a discount, although they are having their Black Friday sale, so you can check that out. I do have links down below to Snif all the time along with my code if you're interested. And of course, I do fashion videos, so if you like a good fashion one, I do fashion shorts at least twice a week, and I have a couple of fashion videos. I need to film my TJ Maxx one, but so far I filmed them Johannes, and I actually have another package coming from them soon, so hopefully I'll get a video on that over the winter time so you can shop the Black Friday sale. I also did a video on Forever 21 during their Labor Day sale. They should have a good Black Friday sale. I'm not sure, but you can check those 2 videos out if you're interested in that sort of content. Now on to this video. So I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and then I will show you all how I got to this look. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Oh, my lip is Sydney Grace in the shade Rachel. This is my first time trying a lip product, so you can see how those work in another video. Okay, y'all, so I decided to do this weird, crazy situation. I felt like doing something weird and different as opposed to doing something traditional or something that I feel like would be somewhat expected of me. This might be somewhat expected of me though, just because it's like colorful and crazy, and that's me, but this is what we're working with. So I use this shade. Of course, I do use the shade named after the palette, Vivette. I always try to make sure I do that. So I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to create this eye look. So let's get into it. Shout out to the same person who sent me the lip color I have on in the shade Rachel from Sydney Grace. They sent me over this cute little blending brush. I want to use it too. So we start off with that as our transition shade, which is the weird, like, I don't know, I call it buttercream, like gray shade. I don't know what else to call this. That's the vibe it gives me, so that's what I'm going with. It actually doesn't look as ashy and cool toned and bad as I thought it was gonna look. I actually kind of like the way it looks on these brows. It's a cool little color. Kind of reminds me of like one of the shades out of the Adept Cosmetics and Beetlejuice video, or Beetlejuice palette. I think it's called The Waiting Room, that one. It reminds me of like a shade in there, but I really like it. It definitely is a unique transition shade for some of my skin tone, but it doesn't pull like ashy or chalky in my personal opinion, so that's why I'm here for it. But technically, you have a transition shade. It's just if it's your preference or not. Cause see, I don't feel like it's giving any ash or any difficulty on it. So, red shade. That's the shade I put all in the crease. I decided I didn't want a shimmery inner corner shade. Y'all know I normally do that, but I decided to do Angie's way today, or Angelica Deta's way, and decided to you know, matte inner corner. I actually got a couple of shades in there. I don't know if you can see the blue or not, but I put the blue on after, and I don't feel like it stuck as well because I already had green there. So I'm still gonna put a little bit of it there, because you know what you do to one side, you have to do the other one. So I'm gonna do it, but I just feel like it doesn't really pop like I was hoping it would pop. Okay, y'all, so we're working with. It's a nice bright color. I feel like it's giving like a pinkish red and not just a true red, which is, I guess, unique. I feel like this is giving unique like holiday colors. I feel like this is like a fun version of the Sigma Untamed palette that's like 50% off right now. I don't think it sold as well as I thought it was going to, which I don't understand, because it's like, I thought it was a really nice color story. But I feel like that's like a muted version of this palette, because to me this one is more bright colors and fun. And I feel like that one had neutral tones and like muted tones and things like that, where this is like pale bright colors, one or two neutral S colors, and then all the dual tones and multi-tones in it though. I kind of want to do a colorful versus muted on it. I'm like, I don't know, that we'll see, but you know. Colorful versus muted is probably coming to an end toward the end of this year, I believe. I think I'll film other videos. I was supposed to film Portland season about the rest of the year. At best, they should end in like, I think the end of January. And then I'll move on to my next series, which I started on one video. I don't know if I did any of the eye looks for it though, so I need to like get that together over winter, so then that way I can have those set up and ready. You have to wait and see. Okay, y'all, let's cut her with some glitter glue. Okay, y'all, so let's start off with the shade Vivette. That's the one that I put on the lid, because that's the name of the palette, and I always use the shade as the name of the palette. I think it's cool that she does that. Gives one of the shades the name of the actual eyeshadow palette. So I put 2 shimmers on the lid, so probably back to like where the blue starts is where I changed the shade to a different shade. I do think this is one of my favorite shades in it though. I'm gonna flip the brush over now and go into the shades next to the black shade. It's called Belle Moran. I think that's how you say it. Do not quote me. So I'm just trying to marry them together and then put it over here. And then we'll add the green on top of it and then probably put some more back. So like that is fine. I just feel like that's more of a traditional look that I do. So I'm going to incorporate some more shades and do something just a tad bit different out of it. I feel like you can't tell that much of this green though, because of me putting it on top of another shade. I don't know. I'm not necessarily tripping about it though. I still feel like it looks kind of cool and gives like a different look and dimension and uniqueness to the look that I feel like I don't traditionally use, because usually I just put more of the same shade on to match it. But I was like, let's try to use a different shade and give it like a different effect and feel to the look. Plus I think pink, green, and blue actually look okay together. It's not like it's bad. There of course are probably better color combinations, but I thought this one was cool. I wanted to stick with what was in the palette, and I felt like purple would just be the generic pick again, which is something I would normally pick. So I tried to pick something I wouldn't normally pick. I would have normally picked like pink and green, or like blue and purple. So I was like, let's add the blue in with the pink and green. Like I'm AKA y'all. I did not pledge anything in college, just because I've never been one that wanted to pledge, as weird as that is. And when I did think about it, I thought about getting that Delta. But like, I don't know, I guess because you have to go through the hazing thing, it's like I just don't want to pay for you to treat me like crap, you know? Like, because in my mind, that's all sororities do. If you are a part of a sorority, please comment down below, let me know if that's what like hazing was like to you or whatever. But it's like, I don't know, I just felt like I never wanted to do it, because I'm like, I feel like you're just paying someone to treat you like crap, and I'm like, why would I pay you to treat me like crap in order to possibly get some opportunities depending on where you work as far as getting a job and stuff like that, you know? Like, I don't know, I just didn't want that. But let's take the blue shade now and kind of run it in this area here. So I tried to put a little bit there, but not too much to where like it's taken away from the shimmer that's on the lid. Put a little bit on this side too, because I feel like it's gonna seem like there's more blue on the side we just did than this side if I don't get it together. So more of the second shimmer we put on, and just put a little bit back here to kind of try to mirror it in and make it look smoother than it actually does, you know. This is the one time I feel like I don't need to really go over the crease too much with more color. Normally I do a little bit more of that, but for once I feel like I blended it high enough to where you don't like necessarily need that. So we are done with this eye look. Let me back on up and talk about my thoughts. I might do a couple little tweaks when I do my eyeliner, but this is pretty much the finished situation. So I'm definitely like the color combination I came up with, just because it was unique to me. Again, you can look at this palette as quads if you want. You see you got the pink and orange, green quad like I talked about. You got the blue and purple quad like I talked about. And then you got your neutral quad like I talked about. So if you're having difficulties with this palette, look at this quad. That's a quad. This is a quad. This is a quad. So it all depends on which quad you want to use for the day. Or you can do like me and jump all over the palette like a crazy person. To each his own. But I thoroughly enjoyed it as usual. I feel like their mattes just get better and better each time. And I feel like originally their mattes weren't like the best, or the thing that people liked about them the most. I mean, I still like the shimmers the best, but I do feel like they have vastly improved on their matte format, which I greatly appreciate and love. I love the packaging too. I like the unique take she's taking with the packaging. The only thing I hate is sometimes they big square ones, sometimes they long rectangular ones, and when you store them and you want to keep brands together, to me that can be difficult sometimes. But you know, that's a first world problem, like minimal thing to be concerned about compared to all the other things, you know, that we actually need to be concerned about that are important in the world. But I like the palette as usual. I feel like I'm gonna get great use out of this. I feel like it would go nice with a lot of the other palettes I already own from the brand. So that's another thing. Like the other palette that's in this packaging, I feel like it could be a good extension of that one. And the thing about their palettes is they're magnetic, so you can pull all the shades out and mix it around and make your own palette. Like for example with my La Cienega, I hope I'm saying that right. I redid it and made it look like this. It doesn't originally come like this, but because you can put on shades and stuff, I just moved some shades around and made mine look like this, which I think looks nice. It still has room for improvement, but the point is I can move it around and finagle them. So I like to look for brands like that, which is another reason I like Adept, because like I can move them around and customize my own palettes to my liking. So those are just my thoughts. I like the palette. I think it's nice. You can use code GLBeauty87 to get a discount if you're interested in purchasing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and be blessed, girl. Bye.
The fun doesn't have to stop here. Let's be friends over on Instagram to check out the latest fashion, fragrance, and palette comparisons. Head on over to my Instagram. I'll see you over there. Right now we're doing fashion content. I hope you enjoy.